Hello, everyone. Happy Saturday. Welcome to our live episode for our NLCD 2023 series. And today is very, very special because kasama natin ang walang ibang, the only BizDoc coach, Coach Ann. Hello, Coach Ann.
Hi, Doc. How are you? And good afternoon na ba? Or good noon to everyone.
Afternoon na. We're already 10 minutes past 12. So, technically afternoon na. So, good noon to everyone. Ano yung lunch ninyo? If you are doing or eating low carb, post it in the comments para makita natin na dumadami na talaga ang namumuhay ng life without rice. And if ever bago pa kayo sa page natin and hindi pa kayo sure kung tama ba yung kinakain ninyo, pwede nyo rin i-picture ito and then post it. And I'm sure marami sa community members natin are very much willing and very generous and kind to teach you the kind way. Mababait yung mga community members natin. We try to, yung mga umaaway, ganon, walang mga ganon sa community natin. We try to help everyone, especially yung mga baguhan pa lang. Kasi as reminder, kahit pa matagal na tayo sa low carb, alalahanin ninyo na nagsimula tayo noon na wala rin tayong alam. So, during the start of our low carb way of life, na-stress din tayo. So, right now, na kayo ay mga expert na, we want you to be the instrument para ma-lessen yung stress ng iba, not the source of stress and others. And that is our topic for today, how to cope with stress and including sleep problems. So, si Coach Ann, meron siyang 7 tips to manage daily stress because no matter how good we are with our low carb and fasting, hindi pa rin ito nawawala yung stress kasi part yan ng buhay. At hindi pwedeng walang stress, hindi pwedeng zero stress. But what we want is actually controllable, manageable, or the good kind of stress. I think this topic is very close to heart ni Coach Ann. Before tayo
Yes.
mag-proceed sa ating how to manage it accordingly, ano yung past na experiences mo with stress, Coach Ann?
Yeah, thank you so much, Doc. No, but before I'll start, no, I would like to thank you for having me again for the second time around. So thank you so much. So yung past experience ko talaga with stress, it was really hard for me, no, kasi it was not yung ano lang, yung mild na stress lang. It was really a chronic stress na talaga no, yung na-experience ko. Kahit na naglo-low carb ako ko, Doc, ang naramdaman ko bakit masakit pa rin yung ulo ko. Bakit ano pa rin ako, parang galit ako. Sometimes, madali akong magalit, gayon. May impatient moment ako eh. So, then I realized na malala na pala yung stress ko. Nagiging chronic na siya. So, again, what you have said, Doc, na part yung stress sa buhay natin. But if too much na siya, hindi na siya maganda sa emotional and mental health natin. So, yun yung nangyari sa akin. So, dalawa yung na-identify ko kasi na mga stressors ko eh. So, um, meron ding mga family stressors, then meron ding sa work stressors. So, yun, identify ko talaga sila. So, it was hard for me at the start sa journey ko of overcoming, not 100% overcoming it, but eventually ano siya, it improves, no, dahil yung stress sa ano din natin, sa yung masterclass natin, nandun din yung, di ba, 12 lifestyle diseases, tapos included yung stress, so yung talaga, I was very excited talaga when the 12 lifestyle diseases na nag-launch na siya kasi nakakatulong talaga yun sa akin. So yun.
So
Mm-mm.
nice. Sobrang cute kasi hindi lang ikaw. Actually, marami na ring mga testimonials na ganyan na kasi common weight loss, diabetes at kung ano-ano pa. Pero actually, ang fluctuations ng blood sugar natin, that can also start as the trigger na bakit nag-iiba-iba yung mood natin. And yung iba nga, nasusurpresa na lang na nag-low carb sila para pumayat, nag-low carb sila para gumaling, at hindi na namalayan, bumait sila. Yun yung pinaka nakakatuwa kasi hindi lang sila yung natuwa, pati yung mga coworkers nila, yung mga
Yes,
families nila kasi nga they are much kinder, more patient, more understanding, and it starts with the stability sa
yes,
ating impact. And the stability of our mental health will, of course, start pa rin with our nutrition, kung ano yung feed ng ating katawan. But yes, there are certain limit. It can be improved by low carb, by fasting, but there are certain steps na hindi talaga masisiling, hindi 100% maa-address no ng nutrition lang. It's a good, very, very good starting point for you to correct your nutrition if you're experiencing stress, experiencing anxiety, and then after that, you will need some, yung tawag natin in medicine, non-pharmacological na mga management. So, hindi nagagawa ng gamot, hindi nagagawa ng nutrition lang, non-nutritional side, but can address these stresses. So, magsimula na tayo, Coach Ann. Ano yung number one tip mo?
Yeah, so yung first step is have some me time, no? Yung me time. So make a date with yourself. So ibig sabihin yung me time kasi natin, it's a time now we set aside sa sarili natin to be present with ourselves, no? Yung mind, body and soul, or yung spirit natin. So taking time to take care of ourselves, vital kasi siya sa health natin, to maintain our health, doc. And yung happiness din natin, productivity din, no? So very ano siya important. And then yung me time naman, it varies from person to person talaga. So merong iba it won't work for them, but it may work for some. Like sa akin, it really works for me yung me time ko. So ginagawa ko siya every week talaga kasi pag hindi ko siya gagawin parang especially now na nag-freelance na ako, no, so wala na akong other outlet kundi online world lang talaga. So sometimes may mga stressors din eh. So I need to get out from that and I need to see the other world, no? So mga examples of having a me time is going out to the beach by yourself, or you can enjoy the wave of the water, or embrace the heat of the sun, parang ganon. Depende din sa intent mo, no? Then of course, no, go shopping, or not necessarily shopping kasi you can spend money din, or kung wala ka ding pangbili, no, or you have your resources mo when it comes to finances hindi din sapat. So not necessarily na shopping talaga, but window shopping can really help din, no. So it works for me kasi yung ginagawa ko eh. So it gives me a different level of happiness and excitement. So yun, it releases some kind of negativity sa katawan ko, na it turns to happiness. Yun yung mangyayari sa akin every time I do that. So, tapos, pwede din tayong we can just eat alone, no? Or travel alone. So, that also can help. Or going to a beauty spa or have a massage. And yung iba din, we have a very simple me time lang talaga, no? By just singing, no? Kumakanta lang sila alone, nagbe-videoke lang sila kahit yabag na kaayo. Basta ano lang ilang ma-release lang whatever stressors that they have at the moment, no? And yung iba nag-movie marathon. So different talaga yung approaches natin when it comes to me time. Ang importante is na acknowledge talaga natin siya, and we do something about it. So by doing this kasi based sa experience ko din, doc, it can really help to reduce stress and restore energy. Tapos yung mind na busy mind ko, na unplug siya, and then na-unwind ako, no. So at the same time kasi, for example, I always do window shopping. So napapagod ako pagbalik ko sa bahay, kaya yung sleep ko na ano siya, mas
Ganda.
oo, maganda yung sleep ko kasi naka-ano na, eh, na-unwind na ako, o na-unplug na yung mga kung ano-anong mga nasa thoughts ko, mga stressors. So, it really helps me, no? Tapos, it can also help to give us more control over our moods. Yun yung napansin ko talaga. So, it may not, again, um, hindi siya effective to some, but it may be effective to others din. So, depende na din, no, kung what will work sa individually. Yan.
Thank you, Coach Ann. So, number one tip pa lang, sobrang ang dami na natin natutunan, have some me time. If I will add to that, kasi may mga question iba, how about yung mga mommies na very busy, na walang oras? How about yung mga very demanding yung work? Paano sila magkakaroon ng me time? So, on a
Mhm.
day-to-day basis, actually, pwede nyo gawin yon. It doesn't need to be very long, hindi kailangan whole day. So, depende sa inyo. You can have like say Coach Ann once a week or you can have daily. For me, hindi na ako nangangailangan ng once a week talaga because I do my me time every day and that is before sleeping and right after I wake up in the morning. So, bago talaga bumangon, I'm already awake but just closing my eyes, just keep on thinking lang. I think related ito sa next din na mga tips ni Coach Ann. But that alone na alone time with you and your thoughts, that can already do so much. And also, one other tip is for you to know kung ano yung mga activities that you love doing. Yung kahit hindi ka babayaran, kahit wala kang makukuha dyan, kapag ginagawa mo dyan, may sayang masaya ka. And for me, that's actually cooking. So that's why yesterday nagluto ako because I feel good in the kitchen. I feel happy in the kitchen. Natutuwa ako kapag meron ako na ilalabas na pagkain in the kitchen. So that alone can make me happy and every time there's a stress, yung stress natin merong chronic and acute eh. Yung chronic, nandyan na yan parate for years, for months na hindi mo lang ina-address. Yung acute naman, yung pabugso-bugso. Yung sometimes, for example, merong deadline sa work, tapos yung ginawa mo and then you are not satisfied with work or pinagalitan ka ng boss mo, those are acute stress. And those needs to be addressed. Kasi kung hindi mo i-address ang acute stress na yan, later on magpa-pile up yan and it can contribute into chronic stress na minsan kung hindi mo na alam ano ba yung problema ko talaga. Hindi mo na ma-identify kung ano talaga because you weren't able to address them nung napunta sila at nung panahon na yon. So it's important to have some me time for you to be, ang tawag natin, attune with yourself. No? Yung,
Yes.
yung spirit and soul mo ay
Yes.
magkasabay sa'yo, hindi mo na iiwan. And to
Yes.
everyone who is watching right now, I know lahat tayo merong kakilala na stress parate. And if you think this video, this episode can help them, please share it or kahit hindi, share it to your timeline, to your group chat with family and friends kasi hindi mo lang alam kung sino yung posibleng matutulungan nito. Hindi lang ito for low carbers. Of course, low carbers can benefit kasi baka ito na lang yung kulang sa inyong lifestyle LCF plus stress management. And kung hindi naman low carbers ang makakapanood nito, all the more they will be helped much, much more. So, move on tayo, Coach Ann. After having some me time, ano yung second tip mo to
Yes.
manage daily stress?
Okay, yung second naman tip natin is use guided meditation. So ito naman it's really a great way no to distract ourselves no from the stress sa day-to-day life natin. Tapos there are many guided meditation talaga na available online doc. You can get it from YouTube or Spotify. Yung sa akin you usually get it from Spotify. So I usually listen to yung mga meditational calming music. Yun,
Mm.
nakakatulong talaga siya. Sometimes then, not meditational, yung mga motivational mga speakers or mga speeches. So, it really helps us, no, to address those mga stressors na experience natin. May it be matagal na siya or at the moment. So, very helpful talaga siya. And then, pag nakikinig kasi tayo or we have guided meditation kasi, it allows us to regulate our emotions and to better stay calm and yung mga overwhelming distressing situation. So yun, it works for me and it might also work to others, no, so depende na din, no, but they can also use this talaga, and this is very important, and I'm still a work in progress when it comes to this talaga, Doc.
Kasi yung meditation, I think I could be one of those skeptics before. If you are not into meditation yet, may isip mo, wala namang kwenta yan. All you just have to do is to sit down and then try iba yung meditation. Yung isa sa ano doon is to clear your head. Why is clearing
Mhm.
your head helpful? Now, when in fact, when you have a problem, what you want is to solve that problem. Paano nakakatulong in yung silencing your head? This is because actually, yung problema natin sa lahat-lahat, no, is actually our mind. Our mind kasi meron siyang another mind of its own. Merong tayo na tayo talaga and merong mind natin na para nating alter ego or parang another functioning part ng atin. Na, kasi alam niyo yun, kapag may tanong ka, merong sumasagot. Hindi ito yung psychosis ha, but it's already proven and tested that sometimes yung mind natin is the one creating the problem. So, silencing your mind can actually lead you to have clearer vision, clearer thinking on what you really want to do. Kasi ano yung problema na ginagawa ng utak natin? Our mind sometimes, ino-overemphasize niya yung mga fears.
Mm.
Ino-overemphasize niya yung mga guilt and shame na nagawa mo in the past. Ino-overemphasize niya how scared you should be in the future na wala naman tayong
Mm.
magagawa dyan. Well, so what we want is to silence those unnecessary fears, shame, and guilt. Kasi wala na tayong magagawa dyan. And focus on what you can do now. And hindi mo yan makikita if your mind is clouded by all of those thoughts. And it's only through meditation that your mind can be silenced para makita niya kung ano talaga yung pinaka-importante. Consider meditation as fasting. If you believe in fasting na nagagawa natin when it comes to food and drinks, we do at least 12 hours of fasting daily. If you believe in the benefits of fasting, all the more you should believe in the benefits of meditation. Kasi yung meditation, para siyang fasting of the mind. It will cleanse your mind. It will cleanse your mental functioning so that it will be even better. And silent meditation, it might take a while for others to get the benefit of that. Kasi nga, yun sabi ni Coach Ann, hindi siya ganun kadali. But guided meditation is the easiest. Kasi kailangan mo lang makinig.
Yes.
Kasi sa iba, it would be very hard. If you will go into meditation, pwede kang ma-lost, pwede kang mawala. Because from time to time, you try to silence your mind and then in just 3 seconds, tag-iisip ka na naman kung ano naman gagawin mo mamaya, kung ano naman ang problema mo. Yun. So, if ever ganon, don't be too hard on yourself. You just go back. Maraming tips yan. One tip is for you to imagine that you are in a safe place na wala, everything beautiful, everything calm, everything peaceful, walang magdedisturbo sa iyo. And every time you wonder na gumagala na naman yung isipan mo sa mga problema mo, you just try to go back to that safe place. Or with guided meditation, yun nga, there are guided meditation na merong voice talaga na nagsasabi sa iyo what you want to do, what you have to do now, if you will imagine yourself relaxing, or meron din music lang. So, if it's hard for you to think, just listen to music. So focusing on just one thing can already clear your head. So yun, baby step. But guided meditation has been proven and tested. Hindi lang siya on spiritual side, even medical journals nagsosupport na on how meditation can actually improve stress, can actually improve overall health and well-being. So thank you, Coach Anne, for identifying the importance of guided meditation. So ano yung third tip natin on managing daily stress?
Yes, yeah, ano mo ko muna daw ka, parang relate na relate ko yung sinasabi mo yung mga distract. Talaga yun, oo. So, yeah. So, yung third step naman is, or tips naman is, you practice deep breathing. So, yung breathe in, breathe out, yun. So, mga 5 to 10 minutes, 3 to 4 times a day. So, kasi makakatulong siya to help us calm down and relax. And then it can also help us to reduce yung tension and relieve yung stress when we are anxious or feel overwhelmed sa mga bagay-bagay. And um, makabalance din yung ano yung breathe in, breathe out na technique sa hormones natin, especially lowering cortisol levels, yung cortisol stress hormone natin. So, at ano din, it guarantees sleep din, no? So, we have a better sleep if we will do this. So, if i-relate ko siya sa akin, Doc, Hindi pa masyado na talagang na-maximize ko siya because inconsistent din ako yung dalawang yung first na ano yung meditation at saka itong practice deep breathing nasa work in progress ba ko dito eh. But I can feel naman talaga na meron talaga siyang result din na maibibigay sa atin. So we just have to be consistent of doing it talaga. Yun yung realization ko talaga. So yun yung work in progress ko when it comes to this breathing technique, no? Kasi parang feeling ko parang short yung ano ko eh, yung inhale exhale ko. So yun, parang nahirapan ako. So anyways, baka meron ka ding other additional na comment dyan, Doc, na mabibigay mo din to that.
So deep breathing or yung mga meditative breathing is actually very helpful, 'di ba? In guided meditation, we just mentioned that you can focus on one thing, on a music or say for example, yung mga motivational speakers. But if wala yun lahat, you can actually just focus on your breathing. So focusing on your breathing alone can actually be another form na of meditation. Bakit maraming studies na showing that controlled breathing is or breath work yung ginagawa, marami na ngang breathwork exercises and breathwork workshops ngayon. Why is it very effective? Because our breathing generally ano yan, it's an autonomic na response, meaning automatic siya. Kahit pa hindi mo iisipin, gumiginhawa ka, you do breathing normally because that's part of our ANS, autonomic nervous system. However, this kind of response sa ating katawan is pwedeng i-override. Okay? For example, ang example niyan that you can think of when it comes to pagkain, yung digestion natin automatic. Hindi mo pwedeng kontrolin yan. Magdadigest at magdadigest siya. Pero yung first step of digestion, which is chewing, pagnguya, at paglunok, yon ay voluntary. Okay? So, voluntary yung pagnguya and paglunok, pero the moment na lumagpas na siya sa esophagus mo, wala ka na magagawa dyan. Hindi mo na yan pwedeng pigilan. Papasok at papasok na and magkakaroon na siya ng digestive process. So, it's the same thing as breathing. Sometimes, we can override it if you want. So, di ba, habang nagkukwento ako sa inyo and kayo dyan, habang nakikinig, kayo ay you're doing breathing in, breathing out. But however, if you will consciously, ngayon, guminhawa tayo ng malalim. So, pwede natin siyang i-override. And that's the beauty of it. Kasi when you are stressed, nag-iba yung breathing mo. And when you are stressed, bumibilis, di ba? And the problem with our autonomic nervous system is kapag nangyayari na yan, hindi mo nalalaman kung magre-respond siya to that stress response. Makikita niya na you're doing fast breathing, tapos sasabihin niya, bakit ako nagkakaroon ng fast breathing? Ako ba ay stress? So hindi na alam ng katawan mo, are you breathing fast because you're stressed or you're stressed because you're breathing fast? So if it will perceive na stress ka dahil sa breathing mo, all the more maraming stress response ma-activate. Tataas na yung cortisol mo, ma-activate yung mga muscles mo. So magkakaroon ka ng vicious cycle of stress. However, if you cut that, you will consciously control your breathing into a more calm, mas kalmadong breathing. Kahit pa stress ka, your body can actually feel na hindi naman siguro stress ngayon kasi okay lang naman yung breathing mo. So that's overriding of breathing alone can actually control na the stress response in your body. So maraming klase ng deep breathing. There are for example, longer breathing in and longer breathing out. So you can time, like breathing in 10 seconds. So count tayo. And then breathe out 10 seconds then. Yan. Medyo mahirap siya para sa beginners, but it can be done. Pero makikita nyo, the moment na ginagawa nyo yon, that 10 seconds na breathing in and breathing out, wala kang ibang maisip. You're just focusing on your breathing. So actually, that one is already clearing your head. Another easy one. So like you, I don't do it often. But just like low carb fasting and the different kinds of low carb and different kinds of fasting, I think it's important for us to know about this because it serves as a tool. So parang meron tayong toolbox on our health and wellness na marami tayong nilalagay dyan. And we will just pull out whatever we want, whatever we need, whatever we feel effective sa oras na ito. So meditation, deep breathing, I have them in my toolbox. I don't use them every single day, every single hour, but I use them whenever I feel like I need them. So another technique in breath work would be the square breathing. So yung square breathing, 4 seconds breathe in, 4 seconds pause, four
Mhm.
seconds breathe out, and then 4 seconds na pause again before you do the another square. So it's like a square. So we will do that, okay? So 4 seconds breathe in, stop, and then exhale 4 seconds, then stop. And then another breathing in na 4 seconds. So square type. You can do that for 10 or 20 times before sleeping. Yan. Hindi na kayo makakabot ng 20 times. By 20th time, tulog na kayo. So, yan ang mga other ways to you do. There are so many other variations when it comes to breath work. I encourage you to read more on that. But those things are the simplest ones na you can do. And mamaya nyo na gawin yung exercises natin on breathing if you are eating. Baka mabulunan kayo at magkaproblema pa tayo. So, thank you, Coach Anne. Go tayo to our fourth tip in managing daily stress.
Right. So yung fourth tips natin is to maintain physical exercise and good nutrition. With this though, kasi before I'm not really a fan of physical exercises, or I mean like doing talaga yung mga workout. So mostly yung walking talagang ano na siya sa akin eh. Parang it works for me nang walking alone lang. Okay na ako doon, no? But when I started kasi nag-freelance na ako, naging sedentary yung ano ko, yung life ko. Kasi dito lang sa workstation ko, tapos bihira akong makalakad-lakad kasi yung sa bahay hindi naman masyadong mataas din yung lalakarin ko. So, it affects talaga din no it contributed my some of my stressors, and then yung sleep din sa akin. So, I realize na very important talaga yung ano physical exercise no, or other mga physical exercises, kasi na-learn ko din na it will ano produce endorphins, yung chemicals in the brain that act as natural painkillers, parang ganon. Tapos so with if we exercise, it will improve our ability to sleep, and then which will reduce stress din. So, a work in progress pa rin ako when it comes to this, no? Kaya ngayon, nag-ano na ako, either mag-cardio ako or nagda-dumbbell, nag-strength training ako. So, nag-ano naman siya, nag-improve naman siya. Hindi pa lang like matagal ako siyang ginagawa. But I realized na very important talaga na we have like at least 3 to 4 times a week pala talaga nga to have a physical exercise. Or if hindi talaga natin kaya, yung walking, daily walking talaga, it can help like 20 to 30 minutes. One of the physical very simple physical exercise yung walking, pwede siya. And then kasi it can also elevate and stabilize our mood and
Mm.
improve sleep then talaga. So yun yung mga ginagawa or pwede nating gawin talaga for that. And when it comes to ano din sa good nutrition, so yung food talaga has a big role when it comes to our moods, no? If we will stick lang talaga sa nutrient dense food, no, it can help to lessen our mood swings, kasi may mga mood swings mag-contribute yung mga pagkain talaga sa mood natin eh. So and then mas magiging focus tayo if we are eating nutrient dense food. So by eating mga real whole food, no, mga unprocessed food, so it will also help to yung we can keep out from depression and anxiety. So katulad ng lifestyle natin, no, na we are into low carb, so malaking bagay talaga, malaking tulong talaga if we will keep our lifestyle, or whatever lifestyle you have, or whatever um iba-iba naman yun yung mga preference ng mga tao when it comes to food. But for me talaga ang low carb talaga really helps well for me the most, no,
Mm.
kasi yun yung na-experience ko ngayon eh. So Yes, you might want to add that one, Doc.
Thank you, Coach Anne. So yes, I think hindi na ma-overemphasize yung importance ng exercise and good nutrition. Yun, parang actually lahat ng videos natin is related to good nutrition. So kung nakulangan pa kayo, panoorin nyo. I think ilang hundreds na yung mga videos natin plus the many of our posts and physical exercise. I think isa siyang sa mga last natin tinakol kasi nga just like you, 'di ba? Madali tayo naging open sa low carb and fasting kasi number one, hindi kailangan ng exercise. And it is
Yes.
really true. Hindi required ang exercise if you want weight loss lang. But if you want overall healing and then mental wellness, longevity, increase in muscle mass, increased immunity, then adding exercise might be the missing link kung hindi pa perfect yung inyong low carb and fasting lifestyle. And if busy kayo, I think I made a video before on what you can do in a 4-minute exercise. So 4-minute exercise in a day, that is already good enough if you follow that. It's like a ano yan eh, parang HIIT. So high intensity interval training. So ano lang siya, 20 seconds na high intensity na exercise, like say for example, jumping jacks or lunges, ganon. 20 seconds na active exercise and then 10 seconds na break. So, magkakaroon kayo ng 8 cycles of that. That's only 4 minutes in a day. So, that thing you can already do. It's already equivalent to 30 minutes of walking if ever wala kayong time na magkaroon ng 30 minutes of walking. But 30 minutes of walking is already so good kasi especially if you do it outdoors. If you do it outdoors, meron kayong sun exposure, meron kayong exposure to nature, meron pa kayong grounding if nakapaa kayo. So, marami. The benefits of walking, it can already serve as your meditation. Isip kayo ng mga million-dollar ideas na makakasolve sa inyong mga problema. So walking is also very, very good option. And of course, the other kind, resistance training, weightlifting, kung hindi kayo makalabas, by some reasons na hindi kayo makalabas ng bahay. So while sitting, habang nanonood kayo ng TV, pwede kayong magbuhat ng dumbbells. So walang excuse. Walang excuse if you really want. And if ever naman, hindi nyo talaga ito gagawin, okay lang. But wag lang kayong mareklamo. Wag
Yeah.
kayong magreklamo bakit sobrang payat na kayo, bakit parati kayong pagod, bakit hindi kayo energetic sa inyong pamumuhay kasi nga ayaw nyo naman gawin yung exercise. So, okay lang din yon. Tanggapin lang kung ano yung nakukuha mo based on what you also put in, what you also invest in. But I think it is a
True.
very good wake-up call for you to start your exercise kahit start lang with 4 minutes or even 1 minute lang or yung isa pa doon is try to not avoid movement. So instead of walking to the kitchen para kumuha ng tubig, kumuha kayo ng kayo. Huwag na kayong umutos pa. Okay? If kailangan kung one floor lang naman or hanggang third floor na naman, huwag na kayong mag-elevator. Mag-stairs na lang kayo. So those are mga little steps because moving is very, very natural for us. Di na tayo nga ay bipedal, di ba? Bipedal. Dalawa, naglalakad, no? May paa na designed for walking and movement. Movement of lower body is shown based on studies, was shown over and over again na it's more healthy for us to focus on our health, on our muscular movement on our lower body. Kasi I know also, meron akong kilala before, sobrang liit ng kanyang paa, sobrang liit ng kanyang lower body kasi parati lang nagwe-weights kasi gusto niya malaki lang yung upper body niya. So yung katawan niya, malaking-malaki yung kanyang braso, malaking-malaki yung kanyang shoulders. Although it's still good, it's still healthy. But nakaligtaan, sobrang payat ng kanyang legs kasi hindi siya nagpo-focus sa kanyang legs. But lower body musculature is shown to be very helpful when it comes to overall health. Kasi yun tayo, bipedal animals tayo. So, yan. Thank you so much, Coach Anne, for our fourth tip, maintaining physical exercise and good nutrition. Of course, nothing beats for me, low carb and fasting. So, on our fifth
Yes.
tip on managing daily stress.
Yeah, so fifth natin is to get enough sleep, 7 to 9 hours. Palagi yan natin ini-emphasize talaga. At yun talaga yung pinaka-goal na goal ko talaga daw, yung 7 to 9 hours sleep. Kasi I was really suffering from insomnia talaga. So yung reason talaga nag-insomnia ako is, number one talaga na reasons is like I'm still recovering right now, or work in progress din, is yung ma-excite talaga ako. Ma-excite ako into certain things, talagang mag-activate yung cortisol ano ko eh, hormone ko
Naalala
eh.
ko yung first meet and greet natin in Cebu na sinabi mo nga kay Angela na hindi ka na makatulog before
Oo,
our yacht na si natin yon yung sa Cebu na cruise.
yes. So, parang bakit ba ganito yung ano ko, no, response ko to, no, ma-excite, hindi makatulog. Kasi yung mind ko always talagang, ang thoughts na non-stop talaga siya eh. So, kahit pa anong gawin ko, hindi talaga siya eh. So, so yun, isa din yung reason. So, to get to overcome or maybe improve our sleep, no, is kasi na ano din, pag-alaman ko na ang sleep is very critical talaga when it, not just sa physical health natin, but also sa mental health natin, di ba? If wala tayong masyadong tulog, Dok, 2 hours tulog lang, or talagang totally walang tulog, bad mood talaga tayo. I mean, hindi tayo nakahiga nga tayo, pero hindi naman nakatulog yung ano natin mind, open pa talaga siya. So ang term ko open talaga, no. So bad mood tayo, we react negatively talaga sa mga bagay-bagay, kahit simple lang, parang mapasigaw na tayo agad. And then we cannot think critically eh. Yung mood swings natin pa talagang roller coaster din, parang insulin, no. Roller coaster yung ano natin, moods natin. Yung galit tayo lagi pag wala tayong ano enough na tulog. So Um, so we need to set talaga time for our sleep talaga. So yun yung na-realize ko. At ginawa ko talaga siya na I have to set time talaga na by, for example, usually para 9 o'clock, for example, yun yung set na time. So na talagang matutulog ka na. Pero hindi naman talaga agad-agad na by 9 o'clock makatulog ka. So before 9 o'clock, by 8:30 pa lang, nagsha-shutdown ka na sa mga ano mo, mga activities mo. Talagang you have to really make it consistent at strict ka talaga diyan. Tapos, after that, may mga ritual ka pa. So, for 30 minutes, say for example, then 9 o'clock na. And then, hindi naman din agad-agad 9 o'clock makatulog na tayo, di ba? Mayroon pa yung mga process pa yan ng brain natin. May mga thoughts pa yan na lalabasan. So, let's say mga 9:30, yun, makakatulog ka na. And then, uh, pag 9:30 ka na makatulog, so, kung 7 hours yung ano, at least 7 hours, so by 6:30 pwede ka na, gigising ka na lang, no? 7, by 6:30 or 7:30, you'll have 8 hours sleep na, di ba? Or 8:30, that's 9 hours na. So, yun, magandang ano talaga na meron kang target, what time talaga to sleep, at kung ano yung comfortable na time, no, na hindi ka din malilate sa work mo or sa mga ano bang mga appointments mo, or if online man yung trabaho mo, basta as long as i-design niya for you yung comfortable ka sa mga sa time na ina-allot mo for that. And yun, isa din nag-try din ako ng organic na ano na lemon balm tea. So nakukuha ko siya from Dr. Berg. May tips yan ng ganyan. So it can also daw calm our nervous system. So um hindi ko pa siya na-try talaga, but parang na-excite lang ako to have that ano, hindi ko pa siya na-take, but soon ano ko kasi nag-work yung sleep ko ngayon eh, kaya hindi ko pa siya tinitake. Oo. Yun yung balm tea. Tapos i-try nyo lang, baka it will ano, it can help also, no. And then of course yung pinaka-important talaga, Doc, yung sun exposure talaga na 20 to 30 minutes, no, a day, because it can help regulate our hormones and sleeping patterns. Kasi it can ano your our melatonin, yung circadian rhythm ng melatonin natin, because ang melatonin, as we all know, it helps induce sleep talaga. So very effective talaga yung sun exposure, ramdam ko talaga yan. So yun yung mga sinasabi ko din sa mga may merong problem din sa sleep, at always mo yung sinasabi din sa amin, ina-advise yan sa amin. So yun.
Thank you so much, Coach Anne. Sobrang ano yan, I think si Maming yung pinaka number one talaga na magbibigay ng testimony on how important sleep is. So si Maming, marami na siyang napagdaanan. Hello, Maming. So just to no overview lang si Maming, sobrang happy. Nakikita nyo how positive she is, how light she is, how always na parang sabihin mo walang problema and forever young, very youthful. And for her, she owes a lot of it from a good night's sleep. Okay? Si Maming at a very young age, she lost her parents. She lost her my other sibling, yung youngest namin. So she lost a daughter and she lost a sibling. Actually, dalawang siblings niya na ang wala. So she lost her husband also. So she lost so many people. Okay? But stress for momming is very very manageable and a good night's sleep is an important factor of that. And it's already proven by science. Nakita nila na those people pala who were not able to get enough good sleep the moment na meron silang tragedy na na-experience, anything traumatic, they are the ones na hindi move on sa mga tragedies na yon. So it can lead into depression, anxiety, just simply because hindi nila nabigyan ng tamang pahinga yung kanilang pag-iisip, yung kanilang katawan. Because sleep, hindi lang siya pagpapahinga, that's what we always say. Hindi lang siya to calm our muscles and nerves, but it will actually heal our body, our wounds, both physical wounds inside our brain and our spiritual and psychological wounds. So ganun siya kaimportante. And when it comes to sleep, yung isa din ang problem lang is majority of people na hindi makatulog masyado are actually also because they are having psychological problems. So nandiyan na sila sa vicious cycle na yon. And I'm glad that you mentioned yung sun exposure. It's one of the basic tips that I give in my patients na hindi talaga makikita sa kahit anong textbook. But sun exposure every day, 20 to 30 minutes, can regulate your sleep at night. Parang mahirap yan paniwalaan for others na hindi pa nila ito na-try. But if you will do it consciously, makikita mo na iba yung sarap ng inyong tulog sa gabi if nagpaaraw kayo during the day. And we've explained that many times over. And it's the natural production of melatonin on your mitochondria na mas effective kesa sa melatonin that's been being produced in your pineal gland at night. So melatonin production is being produced daytime and nighttime. And producing melatonin daytime will actually aid on better sleep at nighttime. So, I'm glad na na-mention mo yung time kasi yung iba, iisipin nila, I just need 7 hours of sleep. So, for example, matutulog sila ng 11, tapos gising na sila ng 6. Actually, that's just the 7 hours sleep opportunity. So, iba yung sleep opportunity and the sleep quality that you are actually getting. So, if you plan to have a 7 hours of sleep, you should give yourself at least 8 hours of sleep opportunity.
Yeah.
Okay? So, kasi hindi ka pa matutulog yan right then and there. You still have to calm yourself, silence your brain, all of those. At kapag mainit yung panahon, you need to cool down muna. So, maligo or electric fan, mag-aircon. Kasi our body is designed to sleep at a lower body temperature. So, isa din yon. And of course, exposure to artificial lights. Alam na natin yon. Many things na. And the very important one, to cut that vicious cycle, is to introduce something new. So, yon. You can do your exercise, you can do your meditation, you can do your sun exposure. And good food. Good food na kakainin ninyo 4 to 6 hours before your bedtime. That can aid a lot because if matutulog kayo on a full stomach, if you will sleep on a full stomach, your body will not go into healing but matutulog kayo na busy-busy yung katawan nyo kaka-digest ng inyong mga kinakain. So it's better to have the 4 to 6 hours last meal before getting your body ready to sleep. So sleep opportunity, give it 1 hour before your intended na amount of quality sleep. So if 7 hours yung inyong intended sleep, 6 o'clock, kailangan gising na kayo. So by 10 o'clock, dapat nasa bedroom na kayo, trying to calm down. So that you give your body 8 hours of sleep opportunity and approximately 7 hours of sleep of quality good night sleep. So thank you, Coach Ann. Move on tayo to our sixth tip.
Yeah. So yung six naman natin is manage no social media time. Ito Doc talagang ang dami na na ano no nalululong sa social media no. Understood naman din kasi marami na din nag-freelance or some no yung trabaho nila nasa online world na, and then yung ano naman magiging entertainment nila yung social media, but without realizing na stressors din ang social media talaga. So unaware tayo, it's very stressful with, especially no makita natin yung mga ano-anong mga news diyan, mga posting yan, it can create emotional stress or mental stress din. So it's not helpful na magbababad tayo sa social media no. Ano din siya, ang i-limit yung time natin of using it kasi if too much exposure kasi then 'di ba nag-use tayo ng gadgets natin, na-mention mo din kanina Doc no, yung gadgets natin, may ano siya 'di ba yung blue rays light pala. So it suppresses the melatonin production, and then making us difficult to turn our brains no, to shut down our brain na uy you need to sleep na kasi ano na gabi na, pero ang na register sa brain natin is daytime pa kasi yun yung gadgets na yun talaga yung naka-cause yan. So it happened to me talaga Doc. So what I did was kasi may ano sa Facebook meron siyang, I don't know if I was the one who set that one na ang time spent ko sa social media. So umabot ng 12 hours talaga siya Doc. Grabe, na-shock talaga ako. Kaya pala din naka-affect talaga sa sleep ko. Na-stress din ako no kasi may mga kasi si Meta ano din mag-pressure din sa akin na you need to upload ba in order to monetize something like that. Ganun ba? Parang ko, naka-stressful lang ito, parang ganun ba? Pero I was at that point na narasan ko din yung na-stress ako doon. Just to get, be monetize, ganyan. So, parang, sabi ko, hindi siya maganda for me, nag-contribute siya ng stress sa akin. So, yun. So, when I realized that, inano ko, ni-reduce ko yung time from 12 to down to ano na lang, down to 8, then down to 6, then down to 4. Kaya 4 hours na lang talaga yung spending time ko sa social media. And it really effectively, no, na it improves talaga my sleep talaga, Doc. So, naroon nasa 7 hours na yung sleep ko. Tapos sometimes maka 8 hours din ako. So, minus pa rin sa mga wake up. Sometimes, no, mga 2 times ma-wake up. So, pero at least, it improves unlike before. Talagang grabe yung difference, no? So, yun. Kasi, we will not do that. Continue pa rin yung, routine or mangyayari sa sleep natin.
Thank you, Coach Ann. And gusto ko lang i-emphasize ha, Coach Ann is now at 4 hours na social media. And to think that's part of her job. That's primarily part of her job because she's managing her page, yung Cebu Low Carb Coach Ann. Follow niyo po yan. And that is going to help others then in our low carb community. So, hindi ito random scroll lang. But even that nga, na it's part of her work, ay kinokontrol niya. How much more if it's not part of your work? We are so happy that you are here watching our live videos right now. And it's good because you are actually managing your social media time well. You are watching our videos that is more for learning, especially for good health. But we don't want you na after ng mga panonood ng mga learnings natin in our community ay magsuscroll lang kayo at manonood ng mga nagsasayaw, ng mga kumakanta. If that can be your me time, okay lang yan, but you have to control the time. Okay? Huwag pa sobra-sobra. Because otherwise, if you will go to it mindlessly, yung hindi ka aware kung gaano katagal ka nang nagsuscroll. Alam nyo ba that the algorithm in social media, especially TikTok and in Instagram, is designed for you not to put down your phone.
Mm.
Okay? If you notice kung ano yung pinanood nyo, from time to time, yun na lang yung lalabas. And it's okay if it's something that where you can learn from. Like you, sa mga successful na naging normal na yung kanilang blood pressure, normal na ang kanilang diabetes because they are binge watching our videos on how to improve it, but make sure that you will also manage your time. Okay? So, ang iba na from time to time, meron ako may meet someone new and they're asking if I was able to watch this video or nabasa ko ba yung ganyan. And they're always so surprised nang malaman nila na actually hindi. Kasi as much as you are watching me on videos, I actually don't watch other videos much. Hindi rin ako nagso-social media. I usually delete my Facebook app, hindi siya naka-on parate. Ino-on ko lang siya if I have to upload in our One True Love na page para sa mga travel photos. But otherwise, hindi ko siya tiniturn on because I know myself. I can also, madadala rin ako sa mga nababasa ko. And I don't like what I become every time na nadadala ko sa mga social media. I don't like, it's like poison in my head na marami akong nakikita or kung ano-ano na it gives me thoughts that are something that hindi ko gusto na to linger in my head. So, I just remove those exposure. Kaya, when I use social media, it's just to post, to help you know kung ano yung nangyayari sa buhay ko and also try to help you kung ano yung mga usual food na low carb na pwedeng kainin at kung ano-ano yung mga pinaggagawa ko. But other than that, I don't use it because we have to, tamang-tama yan. I think it's very important to manage social media time. It can be toxic for our brain. It can be toxic for our sleep, especially now we're using all of our gadgets. And it can be toxic in your relationship. Baka mas matagal pa yung sinespend mo na time sa inyong phones than to your loved ones, to your kids, to your partners. And I feel so bad whenever I see kids now who are already so hooked na din to their phones. But if you look at the parents are the same. So that's why you cannot expect so much from the kids. They have to entertain themselves, especially if their parents are not there to help them to spend their time in a more important ways, in a more meaningful ways. Kasi nga, the parents are also busy then.
Yes.
So, manage your time accordingly, especially social media time dahil by statistics ngayon, ang Pinoy ang pinaka-active in social media. So, make sure you use that time wisely. Okay? So, sige, last na tayo,
So,
Coach Anne. 7 tips in managing daily stress.
last but not the least, no, connect with others. So, ito very important talaga ito kasi being connected to others, no, it really also help our mental health, no, and physical well-being. Um, Especially no if kanang meron na tayong mga anxiety or depression, so try to reach out to your friends or your family, someone that you can really can trust, or sa families naman yung you're comfortable sharing with regards to your stressors or problems man yan, or kung ano man yung gusto mong iparating na gusto mo lang na merong maglilisan sa'yo. And then, if not naman, you can reach out to communities din, no? For example, you're in a low-carb diet, then nasistress ka kasi walang nagsusupport sa'yo sa family mo. Then sa office mo, ganun din. Inano ka pa, tinutokso ka pa ng mga high-carb na pagkain instead na you want them to support you, pero hindi mo siya nakuha kaya nasi-stress ka. So you can have or reach out this community online, no, pwede naman online. And then there are a lot, no, Life Without Rice, ito yung ano ni Doc Grace, tapos uh, low carb and fasting and feasting, like yun yung community na yun. So and a lot more, no, there are a lot of mga influencers or mga advocates, practitioners, mga doctors na din na nag ano ng low carb lifestyle. So uh, para makatulong siya sa iyo, and then they are the community who can really support your journey, and you can ask questions, can address talaga yung mga gusto mong ma-learn or anything na that can really help you. So yun. And then when it comes to ano naman, if not health, yung spiritual aspect naman, if yun yung kulang mo, yung struggle mo, so you can also reach out to spiritual community. So ito lang, hindi masyado sa online but more on the physical, as physical, no. So there are a lot of mga spiritual ano naman that you can go to, like either Catholic man or Christian man. So just reach out to them and they can really help you out. So if kasi it can increase the feelings of belongingness kasi, and then you know your purpose, and then yung confidence mo, yung levels of happiness mo mag-increase kasi if you can tap to the with them, no. And then it can also reduce stress and improve our self-worth, yun. So yun lang, yun yung last na gusto kong i-share sa mga taong undergoing stress and sleep issues, doc. For
Thank
you.
you, Coach Anne. So, yun, it's very, very important. So, understand connecting with others sometimes might entail need for social media use. So, yung messenger, as I'm very aware of that because si Maming is always in contact with her sister who is abroad. So, yun, I think yung social media time ni Maming ay nasa 12 to 14 hours din. But it is through also the messenger lang to connect with another. So if you're using it to connect with another soul and at the same time hindi mo nakakaligtaan yung mga tao sa loob ng bahay ninyo, yung nakakaharap mo every day, then it can be done. Connecting with others is very important. We are social beings by nature. Nag-group talaga tayo. And that is important na kailangan yung isipin. Choose who you connect with
Yes.
because connecting with others can be tricky. If you're connecting yourself with people that are actually making you more stressful, then it might be not helpful. Baka mas makaka-add pa sila sa stress mo. So, maraming ways dyan. I think we discussed this in our 12 masterclass, no?
Yeah.
How to deal with people, especially at work, those above you and below you that making you stress, giving you stress, kung paano makonect yan. We addressed that already. But you have to know kung sino yung papasukin mo sa isipan mo, sa puso mo, because not everyone might be the best contribution on your mental health. Okay? So I hope you have your five most important, most influential people in your life. You can choose that one, the five most influential people that you allow. Hopefully, those are the people that inspire you.
Mhm.
Sometimes, kung wala siya sa inyong circle, you can get from outside. So, kahit hindi sa social media, sometimes I have certain people na I admire so well, but I don't know them. I read them from a book. Ganon. So, sometimes it's good na to have that para meron kang idea on what you really want to become. If we are not blessed to have those people na surrounding us na very inspiring, very motivating, then you can look outside. What's important is for you to feel connected and it doesn't even need to be two-way. Hindi kayo kailangan ma-broken-hearted kung ikaw lang nakakaramdam niyan. You connecting with another soul that you like is already good enough. It's just a bonus if they like you back. But don't be demanding kasi if you will demand for a reciprocated na admiration and mutual na feelings, that is a recipe for disaster. Okay? When you connect with others, give it with all you have, give it with all the good intentions, and you don't need to think na kailangan kang balikan yan.
Sure.
The universe will just reward you. God will just reward you on what you give. So, connect with others, give, always share, always be generous. Hindi tayo kailangan magdamot because there is enough for everyone. Okay, meron po tayong abundance na good enough, more than enough for everyone. And it will, yung maganda sa abundance is the more you give, yung the more you, for the longest time we read that in the Bible, the more you give, the more you receive. It's mahirap siyang isipin when it comes, if you will do mathematical equation. But our world doesn't work, and especially how God works, hindi lang siya on mathematical equation. It works in mysterious ways that the more you give, the more you receive actually, and in terms of other things na hindi lang matutumbasan ng physical or monetary gains. And that can be a well-managed, stress-free, or controlled stress life.
Yeah.
Okay? And of course, best mental health and well-being for you to live your life to the fullest. Maraming maraming salamat, Coach Anne, for your 7 tips in managing daily stress. Before we end, any last message?
Yeah, I would like to invite everyone no sa National Low Carb Day sa October 1, 2023 sa FILINVEST Alabang. So, I'm very honored na part of the speakers din ako na invite ako ni Doc Ray. So, thank you so much, Doc. At tsaka mag-register na kayo. That will be until July, right? So, para ano din, you can enjoy the rate that is very affordable talaga. And then kita-kita ta mga Bisaya niya sa National Low Carb Day. And then if you want to follow me sa page ko, then please feel free to do so. So that's it. Thank you so much, Doc, and to everyone na nag-watch nato karon.
Thank you, Coach Ann. Again, tune in lang po sa www.nationallowcarbday.com. Meron tayong general admission and VIP admission, which is still limited. So as much as possible, you save your seat as soon as possible para sure na at makukuha nyo na yung inyong NLCD ID na pwede nyo nang ipaprint at para ma-excite tayo sa upcoming. So if you enjoy this video, our NLCD series, all the more that you will enjoy on the day itself and get to know the low carb and fasting advocates in the country. So stay tuned din po to our pages. Make sure na nakasubscribe kayo to our YouTube and Facebook pages para hindi kayo mahuli. So that kung makikita ninyo, if you will use your social media, you use it wisely. Hindi lang dapat naka-follow sa page, dapat gawin yung star, dapat favorite para hindi kayo katulad ng iba na hindi makakapanood because they are not notified kasi nga hindi nila na favorite yung page natin. So maraming salamat. Recap natin, 7 tips to manage daily stress by Coach Ann. Coach Ann, read it.
Yeah, so yung first, have some me time. Use guided meditation. Third, practice deep breathing. Fourth, maintain physical exercise and good nutrition. Fifth, get enough sleep. Then manage social media time. And last but not the least, connect with others.
Thank you, Coach Ann. Till next time. Yan po ang topic natin today. Thank you. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye-bye,
Have
everyone.